Welcome to ADlib&D, where a group of amateur role-playing enthusiasts run a weekly live stream game of 5e with a twist. The viewing public can vote on a large group of random concepts before the episode takes place. Once tallied, the DM will select 5 of the 10 most popular and tailor that episode of the game against those chosen ideas. Anything can happen. No episode will be the same. You can find where to vote on the Filthy Pig Discord server. Anyway, just picking up on what happened last week, the party was sent, firstly, they are traveling through a woods at the moment called the Yule's Cliff Woods, and they were noticing that there was some clay, strange-looking clay, that was multicolored, and when one of the party, Wabani, chose to touch it accidentally, he was inflicted by some sort of madness that he's only been able to suppress so far. So while that was occurring, Bindi the squirrel disappeared for a little while before coming back, and they met up with a certain tree princess within the woods, who is basically the princess of the Yule's Cliff Woods, by the name of Princess Elandra. Now, she has indicated that she'll be able to cure Wabani of that illness or madness, but before that could happen, she did cure it, but she also wanted the party to help out with an issue that's been happening in the woods, where some dwarves have been recently arrived and have been going into a mine to collect some gems, and have triggered the release of an entity that is a little bit too much for Elandra to deal with due to certain factors. So the party has travelled towards this cave and found it, and have engaged with the entity and just destroyed it in the last episode. So what we have is the party standing in the cave entrance. The large gem elemental has collapsed to the ground, and there's a whirling wind elemental next to Jace, who is picking up the gems and handing it over to him when he asks for it. So we might switch over to you guys now if you want to keep going.
Wait. Wasn't there... We're missing something here. What about the Princess Elandra's cousin?
The Princess Elandra's cousin?
Yeah. Remember Bombadil?
Yes, the reference you made before.
Oh, of course, got to toot that horn.
Of course. Anyway,
okay,
the air elemental sort of whirls in the air. But you guys are just standing there looking at the remains of the combat you've had.
Well, that hurt. That hurt a lot. I'm not feeling great at all.
That was a close one. I might have to think about it a bit, but as committed as I am to Dodgy Brothers, do we have any kind of leave scheme in place? Like, I feel like I need a holiday.
No. Well, it would be unpaid leave, of course, but...
Okay, how about I just house sit and just visit the library and handle nothing more dangerous that's going to give me anything more than a paper cut?
Yeah, well, you've got an onus, you signed a contract, you need to produce coinage, so as long as you're producing the what are you talking about, Riki? Come on, let's we gotta focus here. And to me, I blacked out again, and I don't understand what the hell happened.
You blacked out?
At one point, yeah.
Oh dear.
I remember waking up on the ground with that thing standing over top of me.
Well, Bunny, I think you might need to take some time out and be quite thankful to Doneru as well, perhaps. Did you see anything while you were blacked out? Did you get any messages?
That's a good point. You would think unconscious that Doneru would... I mean, I'm her scion. She speaks to me. I'm an important person. And I pull out the wooden boar. See, she's given me this. What god has given you guys anything? I'm important. She wouldn't let me die.
Well, someone wouldn't let you die. I think I was the one that saved your life that time, Wabani.
At this moment, I'm really distracted because you guys have got me thinking now that maybe I was wrong in my convictions.
Okay, while you do that, let's find some gems and then get the hell out of here. And I'm going to see if I can work out where Bindy's run off to. Hopefully she's safe somewhere.
If Jace's vacuum cleaner's finished, he sends it to do a bit of a lap around the cave room.
Okay.
Wait. Don't do anything, Jace. Wait. Didn't she say that creature was just protecting something else?
She said it was empowering the mud, I think she said.
So as you're contemplating this, can I get everyone to make a perception check, please?
Cripes almighty. 24 for me.
22.
I think I rolled a 2, but I can't perceive it. It's 2. It's just a disaster.
Okay, both Wabani and Jace notice that there is a bit of a glow occurring, and it seems to be originating from the northwestern portion of the cabin here. It seems to be a multicolored glow. Now, could I also get Jace and Wabani to make a general intelligence check, or if you point it out to Riki, she can make one as well.
Riki, look at that. There's something on the wall over there.
How interesting.
I think you need to come closer.
I'll make sure I have a good look. Oh, that's a 15.
Okay, so Riki, when you catch sight of this glow, it seems to be extremely similar to the glow that you guys noticed in the Eldritch Hills at that time where you got teleported back to a elven city.
Right.
Don't touch the glowing stuff.
Is the viscous blue liquid, did you say any of that stuff glows?
The liquid does not, no.
So are we saying it's similar in atmosphere, or similar as in if we touch it we might get teleported?
It's similar to, well, if you remember, you actually got teleported due to one of the coins you picked up that sent you away. But when you were in that cave system, there was a shaft of light along the top of the cave that changed color through the spectrum. And this has a similar sort of effect to it. And as you look a bit closer to it, you notice that there is a pick lying at the base of that hole, and it looks like the dwarves were probably trying to mine out that area when possibly this whole thing went down.
Okay, so maybe the dwarves opened up the portal with their mining.
That's what you're surmising, yes.
It's all very nice and everything, but here, let's continue to get whatever gems we can pull off of this thing.
I think that's what the dwarves were saying.
There are some loose gems on the floor, so you can collect those.
There were.
There were. The vacuum cleaner picked them up.
Okay, so I'll throw those. I'll throw those into the party sheet at the moment, which is quite full at this stage. You also find some coins on the zombie corpses. So you get about 12 gold, 24 electrium, I think it's called, 5 amber pieces, 1 diamond, 2 emeralds, 3 garnets, 4 onyxes, 1 ruby, and 1 sapphire.
Well, are you sure the vacuum picked up everything? That's not as many gems as I would have thought. Damn.
Well, how about somebody holds onto them and we all sort it out at a later point, hey?
Well, I'll take them and we'll sell them when we get to town, hey? Some of these look quite valuable.
I mean, can't you use some of them for like doing spells and whatnot?
Yeah, I think I might hang on to the diamond if that's possible.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna take one of those emeralds. And the sapphire, I mean, it kind of goes with my skin, so you can have the ruby, Jace.
Okay, so can I have the diamond in case... Actually, who can use resurrection? Is that you?
Jace took the diamond already. You're too slow, Ricky. Look, he's got it in his hand over there.
Well, that's fine. I just won't resurrect people. That's fine.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
No, Wabani would be the closest. Wabani would be the closest. But he's not currently a high enough cleric level to do it.
Did I say I would if I had the diamond?
I'll put these in my pouch.
I'm going to have a short rest. Can we have a short rest?
Sure.
I could try to bandage you guys up a little bit here too before you have the short rest.
That would be great, thank you.
I've given you a short rest, so it's all good. You can do what you need.
Do you need some bandages as well, Jace?
Yes, please. And Jace will do a Song of Rest as well.
So I will do... You did Song of Rest? I'll take some of that. How much was it worth?
I just applied it to you.
And that was... I'll keep...
Just checking. Is there any charcoal around? Like, we made a bit of a mess down here. Does it look like there's maybe 10 gold points worth of charcoal? I mean, I already have that in my pack, but a spare set wouldn't be hurtful.
Maybe not here per se, but at the campfire you might find some charcoal. Not necessarily the charcoal that I think you're looking for, which is to help with the Find Familiar spell, requires specific incense and charcoal that is valued at 10 gold. You won't necessarily find that all here, but you might find some charcoal.
Did we need to use one healing surge for the Song of Rest and one for the bandages?
You can combine that.
Okay. I feel half as good as I felt before. Still a little bit woozy, but I guess I'll make do.
You can heal yourself another one if you want.
I've got two surges left. I think I'm going to try to be cautious.
Okay.
Oh,
so
we took a sleep after I gave the healing kit, so my healing kits are good to use again.
It's a short rest or long rest, so
yeah, it finishes a short or long rest. Yeah.
So it's not much of an issue in general.
Oh, Riki, did you spend a hit dice in that short rest?
Yeah, yes, I did.
There you go, have a Song of Rest.
Thank you.
Okay, so...
Wow, that rest was really good for the two of you. You guys look fully healed.
Are you guys hearing the music, by the way?
No.
Yep.
No.
Okay, I'll see what I can do about fixing that.
I mean, aren't you playing it through Discord?
I am.
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay.
But I'm the only one connected. Oh, there's Namtar. Now Namtar's connected.
Oh, there we go. Now it's all good.
Okay, so Wabani, I've taken note of those gems that I collected with the plan to sell it later and split it up. You grabbed a few then too. Do you want me to hold on to them, or are you going to do the same?
I look at you closely in the eye. I know you're trying to do the right thing by the Dodgy Brothers, but I think I'll still carry 1 or 2 just in case, Jace. I mean, we've got to sign some documents to make your formal full membership.
All right.
But I mean, I'm still quite grateful. I mean, that was a very touch and go thing. I don't know what you did with your rapier at the end there, but it was pretty nifty. Did some serious damage I seen there.
Well, I have been practicing.
It's very clear that you've been practicing.
All right.
You need to put mute on your Discord.
Okay, so are you guys planning to head out now, or?
Ricky, do you think you could close down that portal?
I will have a look, closer look, and try and work it out.
Well, Elandra said that she'd be fighting this essence, and she just didn't want to deal with the creature that was protecting it at the same time.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to have a look and to think about it. So I have a bit of a look and a think about that. Would that be
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check? Okay.
While she's doing that, I want to push one of the dwarfs into the blue ooze.
That's 17.
Okay, so you study the multicolored light source for some time, and this is a very strong magic that's probably a little bit beyond your skill to deal with at this point in time. Maybe if you were able to spend a few months researching it, you could find something that would help out, but at this stage it's probably a bit too hard.
All right. So I turn to Jace and Wabani and explain the situation and say, this is really, really fascinating. I would love to stay and study this, but
You think
safety first, and I think we've got a princess who can handle this much better than I can.
Jace produces the teleportation stone that he's been holding on to since we came back from that strange land, and offers it to Ricky and says, would this be helpful?
While you guys are doing this, you catch sight of Wabani dragging one of the dwarf zombies into the ooze, and it doesn't seem to do too much. You did notice during some of the previous fights that the creatures, the gem elemental and the zombies, seem to walk through this and were not affected.
Do the gemish type crystals that were forming on them, do they glow at all?
They were glowing while the gem elemental was in existence, but now they've gone a very dull color and have fractured.
Oh, okay. I was going to see. I wanted to smack one with my shovel that I took with me from the camp and see if it breaks.
Well, it when you do hit it, it almost disintegrates.
And did these things look at all like the stuff that Jace has been hiding that's growing inside his chest hair?
Make what would be a gem check? Make a medicine check, I think, in this instance.
12.
It's really hard to tell. They seem to be of a similar type of material in that that they're both rocks and or crystals, but the fact that they both exist within the skin is rather concerning. Jace's ones look like they have grown out of him, whereas the ones on these dwarf zombies seem to have been implanted almost.
Hey, Jace, look at this. If I smack these things with the shovel, they break. You stay still. Let me smack one of them on your chest.
No. I'd prefer not to, but thank you all the same.
You want to keep them?
I don't want to be smacked with the shovel in the chest. And as for these things on my chest, it does seem to be rather useful. I find that I'm somewhat sturdier, and the ladies haven't objected.
What? Sturdier? In what way? You're not wearing your armor anymore. You mean like...
Harder to wound, yes.
Shut up.
It does seem that way.
If you touch them, do they spread?
DM, what's the localization like?
It's not very large at this point. It's probably a hand's width in size on the chest.
Let me try something. If you don't mind, I'm going to bring Doneru's artifact close to those gems and see what happens.
Put the shovel down first.
Okay, I'll put it down. I won't smack you with the shovel. You're almost a full member. I can't be doing that now.
So as you bring the Doneru's, well, the wooden board towards his chest, I'd like for you to not roll anything because nothing happens.
Funny. I'm flush out. Hey, Riki, how's it going over there?
Slowly, to be honest, I don't think we're really going to get anywhere. I think we need to get back and talk to the princess.
Well, let's throw a dwarf at the thing and see what happens.
At the glittering light source?
Yes.
Okay.
Barney, what do you have against dwarves?
I have nothing against him. He's dead. I mean, his spirit's already moved on. This is just a husk.
What do you have against husks?
I don't. They're very important to my people. We give back. I'm giving it back.
You're giving it back to the wall and the floor and the puddles.
Yeah, of course. Dwarves come from rocks. I'm giving it back. Everybody knows that.
Can I sponsor you to start up a funeral service when we get back to town?
Well, I am a witch doctor, so I mean that's kind of my catch-22.
Good.
Wait, no, I don't think that I'm using that phrase right.
No, but I support what you're doing. I like the spirit of it.
So, are you guys going to help me? Because these buggers they're heavy as hell.
No. Oh, well, hang on. Can we use you can't quite use prestidigitation, can we?
Thunderwave.
I've got one that I could use Thunderwave.
Jace asks the air elemental to toss it in the light.
Well, that's using your head. What's going to happen with that thing, by the way?
I think he'll be around for about an hour. So if there's anything we want him to do, think quick.
Okay, well, let's tell him to throw a dwarf into the glittering wall.
Can it do laundry?
Jace wiggles his fingers at Riki and mutters some words, and her clothes are pristine again.
No. I want to watch it do laundry.
You do that for her, and you don't do it for me.
I cleaned your feet just the other day.
As Riki's saying this, the air elemental picks up one of the dwarfs, and it's caught in its whirlwind. It spins around. One of its arms sort of flies off in a direction and hits a wall, but it has the majority of the carcass within its grasp, and it moves up towards the light and flings it inwards. And as it touches the light, the zombie husk disintegrates.
Oh!
Don't think you want to go poking that, Wabani?
No. Clearly not. And it was inanimate because it's dead. It was a husk. I wonder what would happen if an animate object touched it. How did it happen again when we disappeared? Did we walk into it, or did we triggered something?
It was
what
the
did
coin,
we do?
I think.
Oh, it was that damn coin, right. Alarak. Oh shit, Alarak. Where's my wineskin? And I get really morose, and I stop talking.
The silence continues.
Well, is there anything else around here? I think we might just do a thorough once over of this area, just make sure we haven't missed anything, and then maybe head back out.
Okay. Do you want to make a investigation check with advantage?
Can Riki make the check?
Okay, I'll roll for her. She's currently just stepped away.
Okay.
Okay, so you scour the site, both the cave area and the campsite, and by the time you've finished, the air elemental disappears. But you pretty much have found everything that is to be found here by the looks of things. You've collected all the coins and the available gems, as well as any of the materials in the campsite if you so wish to take them.
Okay.
There's also a cart there, so you could hitch one of your horses to the cart to pretty much take everything that's in the campsite if you so wish.
Okay.
Did you want to have Wildfire carry the cart?
Wildmane? Well, she is a fine riding horse, not an old plotter. What do we have that's...
Well, I'm not having Avenida pull it because that's beneath her. She's got the wagon. We got to go get the wagon. And where the hell is that strange freaking stag?
Oh, the stag, the deer.
Glitter Sparkle or whatever its name was.
Was
Glitter
there
horn.
like a special whistle? You mean, like we got to do something.
Make a perception check.
Everybody?
No, you're looking for her, so or him actually.
24.
Okay, you catch sight of Glitterhorn grazing on some grass just outside of the clearing.
Strange how that antlers don't ever fall out. I'm sure we could make like a really good knife with one of them antlers. Anyway,
Well,
I guess we're done here. Should we go? Let's get the stag to take us back to my cart, my wagon.
How about let's go. Let's go.
Is it? There's definitely no horse or whatever it was that was pulling that cart. It's definitely gone.
If there was any horse, it's definitely not here now. It's only your horses that you've brought with you.
Okay.
And no sign of Bindi?
So you catch sight of Bindi sitting on the head of Glitterhorn.
Hey, Bindi, I'm so glad you're safe. Thank goodness.
It runs up to you and whispers in your ear that Bindi wants to see Princess Elandra one last time.
Oh, what do you mean one last time? What makes you think we can't go back and see her again?
Bindi looks a little bit confused, but sort of nods.
I mean, she's a nice pet, but she's real clearly not as smart as Cinder.
Bindi, I don't know. You better be careful. I think she can understand you.
Yeah, we go way back, Bindi and I now. She's promised no more pooping on my shoulders, so...
Yes, you promised that, but then you kind of called her dumb, so...
I never said that. Those words never left my mouth.
Well, let's go back to the princess.
But, wait. I mean, should Bindi go back? Because, I mean, last time she was kind of in a stupor.
Yeah.
She's not really pregnant, is she? She was just like... ate so much that she looked like she was pregnant.
Oh, she was happy. We can carry her.
I mean, I don't remember seeing any other squirrels there. Yeah, no, there was other squirrels there.
I don't think she's pregnant, okay? I think we should just take her back. You mean the same rule applies for squirrels as for females. You never even presume or ask they're pregnant, even if you think they are. It's particularly rude in squirrel culture to presume.
Ooh. I'm sure glad you educated me about that.
Yeah, squirrel faux pas can result in some really nastily hidden poo.
They've got like some strong cultural norms.
They do. They definitely do.
Okay, Glitterhorn, we need you to take us to our wagon.
Glitterhorn ignores you and looks towards you, Riki, and nods its head.
So come on, Glitterhorn. Let's go see the princess, please.
It spins around and starts trotting off in the direction you came from. And Bindi sort of bounces off its head and lands on your shoulder, Riki.
We left the horses nearby. They can pull the wagon, can't they?
No. Avenida is not pulling that damn cart. She's going to get my wagon. She is a wagon puller, not a cart puller.
We should probably grab a bit of this firewood. I feel like in this forest we don't want to be cutting down any trees.
That's wise. Is it imported firewood, or are we actually packing up the dead remains of other trees?
Is there any signs of logging around the campsite?
None at this point, no.
Good, it's imported. Definitely pack it away.
Can I stick it in your wagon, Wabani?
Well, it's not here. I mean, it's going to be a hell of a thing to carry until we get to the wagon. I mean, you could put it in the cart and have Wildmane pull the cart.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll put it in the cart and have Wildmane pull the cart. It's just beneath her dignity, that's all.
Exactly. Same with Avenida. I mean, look at how prideful she is. Big, strong draft horse like that. She's wagon ready, not cart ready.
Wildmane does have some saddlebags as well.
That's true. All right, I'll just grab a few bits of firewood and stick it in the saddlebags. That'll do.
I wonder if they use that firewood for barbecue.
Barbecuing what, though?
It's a good question.
Okay, so you guys picked up what you wanted from the campsite?
I think so.
So I'm assuming you're leaving the cart behind.
No hidden compartments, nothing in it?
Yeah, let's search the cart.
You've pretty much searched the whole campsite and the cart, so you haven't found anything else. I'm just making sure, because otherwise I'll delete everything that's in the party sheet, because you can't carry that unless using the cart to do so.
Yeah, let's leave it.
Okay. All right, so you follow Glitterhorn back, and after a few hours, it's starting to get a little bit dark, but the terrain starts to become familiar, and then just as the stars start to come out in force, you catch sight of the stunning princess standing on a small rock, and she looks towards you with the bark and vine leaves rustling around her form, and says, "Oh, you've come back! Excellent. I feel like that entity has been destroyed. Is that correct?"
It has been, as much as we can.
You've done well. I think I can deal with the rest of that invasive element, but I think the rewards are in order. Did any of you succumb to that blue ooze anymore?
Well, I mean, Jace kind of has something weird going on, but it sounds like he's happy for it. So, I mean, he seems okay.
And that is that so? What is it exactly that Wabani mentions, Jace?
It's a private matter that's that has existed prior to entering this forest.
I see. I will not pry, but if you do have any questions, I am happy to discuss it with you. But I do have on my person something that might be of benefit to you. It is something that I worked on, and it is blessed with the essence of the forest. And she pulls out a green and grey looking coat that is finely knitted, and with the bark and leaves and such like that. And she holds it up and says, "What I hold with me is what I like to call a vine weave cloak. It is blessed with some protective properties, but it also can help you when you are having difficulty finding food in the local area." So this cloak is, mechanically speaking, is basically a cloak of protection, but it has an added property of being able to cast the Good Berries spell once a day.
Oh,
thank you so much, Princess. That's very generous. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Kind of goes with your eyes, Riki.
Ooh, is it? Do you think I might be able to have it?
Well, I mean, you're the forest one, so it kind of seems like wood nymph, forest gnome. Like, isn't that like 1 + 1?
That sounds like yeah. Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, she walks over to you, sort of like almost like she's floating along the ground as she walks, and hands over the cloak to you.
I'm staring at her intently as she kind of walks. It looks like floating, trying to learn how to do that.
It is beyond your comprehension. It probably took her a century just to get that down pat.
She's practiced walking up and down in the forest for 100 years. Life of a princess sounds fun.
Sorry to interrupt you, Elandra, as you're setting up that cloak on Riki, but what's that there? I mean, I know that dress you wear is made out of leaves and whatnot, but that pocket that you got there, that little object that's kind of sticking out, is that a toothbrush?
She looks at you, and there's a momentary glimpse of confusion, and then a small smile starts to spread across her face, and she says, "Wabani, oh, you add a bit of joy to someone who hasn't heard humor in a long time."
Jace, what is she talking about? I'm serious there. I mean, that looks like a toothbrush.
And I'm a bit more worried that she named that stag Glitterhorn and it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
She also leans towards you, Riki, and says, and there is one other thing that I would like to reward you, especially since your companion Bindi has been so helpful, and it is. I would like to empower Bindi with some of the forms of the forest, if you would be so interested. One form where she can become. You get to choose out of the 3 forms that I can do. She can either be of a squirrel spirit, as it were, a woodland spirit that can travel. She will be able to fly, and she will be able to hide from prying eyes. Otherwise, I could allow her to be able to transform once a day into a formidable creature, and she'd be able to help you out in downing your foes. Otherwise, I could transform her such that she is close to you and grants you some benefits of a more protective nature.
Well, I probably need to have a chat with Bindi about that. I mean, she really is a squirrel, and to change her natural squirreliness, I don't know. I mean, how would she feel about that? So, Bindi, can you come here, love?
She hops up to you and looks at you with expectant eyes.
Say, Bindi, do you know what? The forest princess has given you a very special choice. You have to choose between, well, we can choose these things together, but she can change you and make you extra special. That seems like some of those ways might make you a bit still a squirrel, but not quite the normal squirrel that you are. You could become a bit of a flying squirrel ghost creature, or you could transform once a day into something that can attack others. Or you can stay in your mini house in my backpack, and we can all be a lot safer together. Which one do you think you'd prefer?
She looks to you and goes, well, you always make great decisions, Riki, but I always enjoy staying close to you, so it's really up to you, though.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think keep you snuggled in close in the backpack, and we'd be safer together. I think that's a lovely idea. And then I turn to the princess and I say, really appreciate this very generous gift. We have to respect Bindi's choice to remain a squirrel, but make us much more stronger together. Thank you.
And Elandra nods her head and then holds her hand out to Bindi and says, come here, my precious forest creature, and I will imbue you with this protective magic. And Bindi tentatively leaves your shoulder, Riki, and then races across the forest floor before climbing up the leg of Elandra and landing on her hand. And then she places her other hand over Bindi, and so she is like encapsulated within the creature's hands. And then she starts to concentrate, and you see a light within starting to glow, and it's quite dull at the start, but it becomes brighter and brighter, taking on a bluish tinge before it fades away rather quickly. And then as she moves her hands away, you see Bindi. Once again, it certainly looks like her, but she has changed. She is still the same height, but instead of showing fur, she's got a little hardened sort of shell around her that it doesn't inhibit her anyway, but she looks a little bit tougher. And then she races over to you and snuggles up next to you within the backpack, Riki. So this benefit grants you a permanent +2 to AC, and you're able to cast a Misty Step twice per day.
Ooh, squirrel of protection. Thank you.
Was any of that exchange, like, did we hear any of it?
Well, you would have heard Riki speaking to Bindi in Squirrel, and then you would have seen what would happen. So unless you asked, you wouldn't know what she said. Well, I think Riki, you mentioned it to Elandra, didn't you? Saying that she wants to be more protected.
Yes, I did.
What the hell just happened there? What's wrong with Bindi?
Well, there's nothing wrong with her. She's been given a very special gift for being able to keep us safer.
She looks different.
She does. She
looks like now that if she poops, it'll be pooping out bullets.
And that would be so awesome. Bindi, do you poop bullets?
She runs off your shoulder, runs over to Wabani, leaves a nice little present of the normal variety.
I dodge out of the way. I'm freaked out.
Is it a bullet poo?
She leaves it on your shoe then. No, it's a normal one. Then she runs back.
There you go. Maybe if you pick it up and throw it at enemies, it'll turn into a bullet. Wabani, maybe you should try that in the next combat.
Why the hell did Bindi just poop on my foot?
She knew she understood you when you were talking about bullet poos, right? She wanted to see.
Well, why would she poop on my foot? I don't wear shoes. I'm barefoot.
If it turned it, oh well, I use prestidigitation and clean it all off. But what she's basically saying is that she would like to protect you two with bullet poo.
That was definitely not bullet poo. It felt like regular poo.
Pick it up and throw it next time.
I'm not picking that up. Who picks up poo and throws it? I'm not a child.
Monkeys? I don't know.
Oh yeah, those monkeys did that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They did. Hey, maybe we...
Pretty gross.
We seem to be accumulating a menagerie here. Maybe...
No. Yeah, well, that's on you, I guess.
I could go with one of those little teeny cappuccino ones. That'd be very cute.
So this is you guys wanted this to happen, and this is a good thing for Bindi.
It is. She got to choose. She did get to choose.
Does this mean that if Bindi dies, she'll come back?
No.
Not like Cinder?
No, she's still not a Cinders.
Ah. Okay, well that would have been really cool.
Yeah, but now she gets to snuggle and keep us that little bit safer. So I do get to spend a little bit of time after the end of this bringing Cinders back too. And have a look around and ask very nicely if we can exchange some gold or services for the... Because I'm presuming that she's going to have incense, herbs, and charcoal around here.
She would probably have the equivalent, and she's happy to provide that to you for free. You don't have to pay for that. So she gives you the equivalent of 30 gold's worth of that material.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, what, 3 lots of it?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So I use one of those, and I keep another 2. And now we've got Cinders back.
Okay, there you go. Cinders is back. Okay, so it's getting a bit late at night. Princess Elandra offers you to stay here, and then you can be on your way the next morning if you'd like.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic, really.
Okay, so she offers you the same fare you had the night before, fruits and berries and all sorts of food that is vegan related.
So, Princess, you're going to go and do battle with this essence now.
I can contain the essence, but I cannot remove it. I might need to examine it further and possibly discuss this with some colleagues of mine before we can do anything of the sort.
Like colleagues, like Bombadil?
I do not know that name.
Oh,
but,
right, sorry.
Maybe I
Bombadil.
will...
Old Man Winter?
I will examine to see if I can find these people that you mentioned.
But there was a strange glimmering thing in the wall, and we threw, like, there was these, the dwarves, they all turned into these strange undead creatures that were covered in these blue crystals that were growing into their skin, like, and then there was the gem elemental that seemed to be controlling them all. That's probably the creature, but there was this big glimmer on the wall after we threw a dwarf into the glimmer to see what would happen, and it destroyed the dwarf. Like, it turned it to he was turned to dust. So what is all that?
I don't know exactly, but from what I have sensed, it is some sort of extremely strong arcane force.
How did she react when he used the words "throw a dwarf"?
She didn't miss a step. She had a straight face the whole time.
See? You see that, Jace? She understands. The dwarfs come from rock, so you return them to rock. It's nature's way. The northern tribes have it right.
There you go. I never said anything against the northern tribes.
This coffin business that you were telling me about? Strange behaviors. Anyway.
So if something comes from meat, it should go back to meat?
If you partake of the land, you give back to the land. It's just the way of it. But we're getting sidetracked here. Sorry, I tend to get sidetracked a little bit. So that glimmer on the wall, that's the essence? Or like it's a doorway? Because we've kind of seen that shit before.
When you mentioned that, her eyebrows raise with interest. Is that so? Where was that?
Over yonder, and I just kind of point over my shoulder with my thumb, and as I do that, I go, "Hey."
And she goes, and what was it exactly that you did see?
Oh, well, it was that same kind of glimmering light. It looked very, very similar, and all of a sudden we were, well, I believe, from what we were told, that we were in the Elven lands, which, I think that's to the south, has some jungles and whatnot.
Yes, there are definitely the majority of the elves to the south.
Yeah, sent us out there, and we met some people, and they had some interesting gardens with some yummy fruits in the gardens, and some large rats. Really, they loved that fruit too. And it was there were some halflings that were there, and they were prisoners and whatnot. Anyway, we showed up. The light kind of took us there. Like, I think it would be called teleporting. That's what it seemed like.
I see.
Know. Riki probably understands this a lot better than me. I just remember, kind of getting knocked silly.
I see. Excuse me. I hope you don't mind, but I think I need to step out for a second. I'll be back in just a minute. And with that, she sort of stands up and starts to walk off.
Jace, maybe you should have played your guitar and kind of wooed her a bit.
Didn't go quite so well last night.
Well, you fixed the strings. It'll be fine now, right?
Oh. Jace pulls out his lute and starts tuning it.
Do you think she was like, "Oh shit"?
No, it's worse. It's something about this grove.
Wow.
Another string sort of goes twang and breaks on you. It's not the same one as before.
There was a story about a fellow. There was an old ancient story that my people tell about a young man who wanted to be a king, and he traveled with a bard, and whenever the bard lied, his lute strings would break.
Well, that's interesting. I haven't been lying. I've hardly been speaking.
Is that a magical lute?
No, but if you find one, I would very much like one.
Well, I guess there's no wooing her. Do you think why the hell did she leave like that? Did you say something strange, Riki?
Sometimes these spirits have their own ways. Mortals can't understand them.
Well,
there was 15 on insight. Do I have any idea what triggered her to leave?
You would surmise that she got concerned very soon after Wabani mentioned that you had seen it before.
Who would she go talk to? Like, who do the nymphs go? They're fae, right? So that where would they go? Like to the Sealy Court or something?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she could cross over to the Feywild from here. Do you know Riki?
I'm going to go over to where she disappeared from and kind of search the ground, I guess.
Yeah, have a dig around, see if she's just popped into a hole somewhere.
She just walked off. She didn't actually vanish.
Yeah, so I'm going to go see where she walked off to.
Okay.
She didn't put down the smoke bomb and run out of the room.
She jumped on Glitterhorn's back and flew away.
As you walk towards where she has left, Glitterhorn saunters up and stands in your way. Just there's a slight sign of aggression there.
You could wrestle Glitterhorn for one of his horns.
Oh, why is this?
It could go very badly. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Do I hear something like that whenever Glitterhorn moves? Do we hear something like this?
Nay.
stag looks like it wants to fight.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It just wants to be having you not follow its mistress.
As Ricky mentions this, Wabani, you see Elandra exit out of a small grove of trees and walk up to you, placing a hand on Glitterhorn and calming its nerves, and its muscles that you saw that were tensing sort of relax, and Glitterhorn walks off and goes, I'm sorry about Glitterhorn there. He gets a little bit protective at times. But I've done what I needed to do. Unfortunately, I can host you here tonight, but I must be off the next morning. Pressing business, unfortunately.
Okay. I suppose. I mean, sure. What do you guys think? Just call it a night then?
Definitely. I think so.
Okay, so you guys...
Jace turns to her and says, you seem to know more than you're letting on. I think I might show you what my friend was talking about. Because it started about the time we came back from that land we just described. And Jace unbuttons the front of his shirt.
And when you do that, she looks at you and then leans in closer and goes, yes. It looks like you've been touched by the dragon. Is that correct?
You believe in dragons?
I do. There are things here that would say otherwise, but dragons do indeed exist.
That's such cowpucky. No.
I have a couple of questions, respectfully. Is touched by the dragon a euphemism for something that he picked up in a pub? And the other question is, do you have a tincture or ointment that can help him, please?
There is nothing that can help him for this. This is something that he might have done in the past that has connected him to the blood of a dragon.
Oh, there you go. It was something he picked up in the pub.
What do you say?
Jace
This
gives
is
Ricky
such
a dirty
silliness
look.
you talking. They're just myth.
And at a rough guess, that looks to be a quartz dragon.
Is that one of the cheaper dragons?
No.
No,
She
they
doesn't-
don't
she doesn't
exist anymore. There's no dragons. What are you guys talking about? Everybody knows that's fake. It's fake news.
I'd love how certain you are as a witch doctor that things that you haven't seen don't exist.
My people, we run the North. The North is ours. We know.
You will find them, I'm sure, in time. The path that you three lead, I believe, will intersect with more than you can expect.
I'll tell you one thing. We're going to find Alarak's fiance. That's for sure. I need my
Indeed.
damn wagon.
In the meantime, is there any other way that you can recommend that Jace not be touched by any other dragons?
Well, that is entirely in his hands.
So he needs to keep his hands to himself. Understood.
You see a slight smirk on her face when you mention that.
So you need to keep your hands in your pockets, Jace. Except when you're fighting.
Jace turns his back to Ricky and Wabani and finds something to take his attention.
So you start setting up your bedroll, I assume?
Yes, I start setting back up his bedroll, and he'll take one last go at the loot, see if he does any better. If he can channel his emotions into it. There we go. 21. He puts all his annoyance into a fairly fierce song.
So it's a wonderful rendition of a particularly emo sounding song, but it gets the point across, and Elandra nods her head in appreciation of the music and mentions, "Well, I need to rest for the night as well, but I bid you adieu, and I thank you for your help and time here today." And with that, she turns and heads out back towards those grove of trees.
Well, Jace, it looks like you didn't score with her.
Well, I think, some things just aren't meant to be.
Is that what you were trying to do? Was I supposed to be your wingman?
I think, Wabani, this is something just best left. I feel like that one. She's not like us, not like normal people.
Huh. Well, I mean, she does have those strange teeth and fingernails. They're very not normal. I mean, she does kind of look like a walking plant.
There is all that, yes.
I mean, that does, when I think about it, that I don't really think I'd want to think about it, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Good night, Wabani.
I stand there looking at Jace as he gets into his bedroll and scratching my head. My imagination is going wild with strange thoughts of Jace and nymphs.
I just look across to Wabani and I whisper, "Wabani, instead of having children, they would have had saplings."
God, that is so wrong. And I slowly walk to my bedroll. As far away from Glitterhorn and Jace as possible.
It takes sowing your royal oats to a different level, doesn't it? Okay, so you guys rest for the night, and it is once again quite pleasant in here. And the next morning you arise and you find that it seems that Elandra has left during the night, and Glitterhorn but has left a morning spread for you to eat before you Glitterhorn leads you back to the road.
As soon as we get back to my wagon, I instantly run to the barrel with the red mark on it.
When you get back there, it's been a couple of days. You find within the wagon that there are some small animals staying inside, using it as a small home, and they flutter away and skitter off into away from the wagon when you get near.
Shoo, 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 go away. This is my home.
Riki, you hear the creatures screeching in disgust at losing their home, since you can speak with small animals.
Sad times.
Okay, so you fill up your flask with the red marked barrel.
I do, and I take a long, long, long draw, and perhaps if the guys were listening, they might have heard me whisper, I put it in the chat window.
Oh dear.
Very somber affair.
Okay, so you guys get going?
Yep.
Yes.
Hook
All right.
Avenida up, and is that stag gonna lead us out of here? Is she still here, Riki?
It led you towards the path, and now it's nowhere in sight.
Oh, so we're back on the road.
You're back on the road. So from Elandra's abode, it led you back to where it first found you on the road leading south.
Well, that was an ominous few days that we lost. I wonder what all that had to do with anything. I mean, it seems impossibly connected, I think. Well, I mean, I guess we just keep going south. I mean, have you traveled this road before, Jace? You remember this road? Is this how you came to Modano?
Yes, this is the path I took, but it was nowhere near as exciting.
So I think we're just going to keep on trucking down the road then.
Pretty much.
Okay, so for the next couple of days, the journey progresses without any interesting things occurring. One of the days it rains fairly heavily, but by the night time the rain has gone. It's on the third day, so you're probably about a couple of days out from the next town, which is on this road that you catch sight of two horses walking along the road heading in the northerly direction. One of them, a lone traveller on one wearing a heavy dark green cloak, and she's riding on a brown and, well, the traveller is riding on a brown and white mare with a shabby draft horse laden with goods being towed behind, and a largest looking dog trotting along beside the group. Can I get you all to make a perception check, please?
22.
Now, do I get advantage on that because Cinders is back?
Well, Cinders can make it with... this is visual. I think Cinders only gets advantage on smell and hearing.
Can Cinders smell and hear?
Well, you see the traveller travelling towards you, but this is more of a visual thing than anything else.
Oh, okay.
Cinders has been kind of sitting with me in the wagon, and I've been chit-chatting with Cinders and feeding him acorns.
Cinders likes acorn.
Every so often, you find Bindi stealing one of the acorns from Cinders.
I wouldn't let that fly, Cinders.
Cinders is feeling a bit intimidated by Bindi these days for some reason.
Okay, so from the perception rolls of Jace and Wabani of 22 and 18, the thing that that seems odd with this procession is the dog. Is a large dog, possibly something along the lines of an Afghan hound, but it's wearing clothes, which is really weird.
Okay.
Jace, is Wildmane still pulling the cart, or did you leave that in the...
I didn't bring the cart. No. Yeah, I left the cart. Yeah. So Jace raises his hand and says, "Hail, travellers, and well met."
Okay, so as you get closer, you offer your greetings, and the traveller looks up, and you catch sight of a female half-elven woman. She looks up and goes, "Oh, hello. Well met yourself. Strange to find travellers along this road."
Well, it has been a quiet trip for us with few contacts. Where are you headed?
I am travelling up to Alaves first, and I think I might head further north, depending on how I go with my travels. You do notice as she's speaking that while she's wearing that dark green cloak, underneath you catch sight a vibrant blue outfit. And with the dog closer, you get a better view of what the dog is wearing. The dog itself is a dark blonde fur, but on top of this, it's wearing a dark purple buttoned-up shirt with silver trimmings, a light blue pair of pants, and most striking of all, a dark green tricorder hat.
Jace says, I can't say I've ever seen a dog wearing clothes before. Is there a story behind this?
Isn't she lovely? Yes, Chi-Chi is my dog that also works as a bit of an advertising. You see, I actually have a seller of goods of dyes and lovely cloths, and I use Chi-Chi here to help with showing what I have to offer.
How did you get the hat to stay on her?
Oh, that is a trade secret.
Jace,
it's not stitched to her head, is it?
You can have a closer look. You notice that there's a little string running underneath the dog's chin.
That's good, because if she was causing the dog pain, I would have been very mad.
Jace's tensions perked up at the mention of the fabrics. What time of day is it?
It's probably about mid-morning.
Okay. Jace does about. Forgive me for not introducing myself so sooner. My name is Jace Nilo. Perhaps you've heard of me. I would very much like to see your wares, perhaps make a purchase. It's about the time for a mid-morning break. Should we make camp here, put a kettle on, and you can show me what you have to sell?
I'm always interested in providing my potential customers with what they need. Sure, I will set up camp. By the way, my name is Alexia, and it's nice to meet you, Jace.
Charmed.
Indeed. And so she gets off the horse and goes, "Come on, Howard, let's move over to here." And, she starts unpacking some things, and then moves over to the. Actually, she mentioned that to Trixie. Then she moves over to the draft horse and goes, "Howard, yes, this is lovely." And she starts working through a bag, and in one hand she walks over and she's holding what seems to be a small rations pack, and in the other hand she's holding slung over her shoulder is a bag that seems poking out of the top seems to be a couple of rolls of cloth.
Okay. Jace looks on with interest as she sets up her display.
Okay, so she spends a few minutes placing down her rations pack and then opening up the cloth bag, and she first pulls out a drab-looking large cloth that you realize is just there to be placed on the ground as a sort of protection for the other fine-looking cloth. So she places that down first, and then picks out a few fine-looking silks and very thin cotton weaved cloths, and place them down. They're vibrant colors of blues and greens and red. One even has a yellow and with red trim with some lovely floral pattern on it. He goes, here I have. This is just a small selection of what I have. Do take your time, and maybe your colleagues will be interested as well.
Jace looks skeptically at Riki and Wabani before turning his full attention to the cloths, and he starts going through it with a practiced eye. Are they good? Are they fashionable colours and patterns? What am I looking at here?
Make a intelligence roll.
Can I have advantage?
Sure. Since you've seen this stuff before. Because he's a purveyor in this.
Yeah, no, that's true. That makes sense.
Thank you. 20.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yes. So these are definitely up there with what you have seen within Modano. These cloths would sell for a pretty penny. It seems that she does carry quite pristine goods.
Okay. Well, Jace just spends a long time going through it all, and in the end, he comes up with a selection of different cloths that he'd like to buy. Let's just say maybe 3 outfits worth. How much we're talking for that?
Okay, so as you pull them out and goes, yes, that will definitely be in season this year. Yes, that's a very fine choice. Altogether, I think you'll find that that'll be 5 gold pieces.
Jace hands it over happily and says, "Where would you suggest we would be the best place to get this made into an outfit?"
Well, I'm no expert, but I suspect that any of the larger cities will be able to find quality tailors. It's a bit difficult out in these parts, but I think you'll find the capital, Luego, off. Luego is off to the west, where you will find some quality tailors there. But to the north, I believe there's Modano. That would also have a couple of tailors that I'm aware of.
We're heading south. Is Luego on our way?
No, it's to the west, on the coast.
Do you have any familiarity to the south?
Not a large amount. I'm actually starting my trek northwards, but you might find something in the first town, Terrason, but I'm not so sure. It isn't a particularly large town.
Oh well. Thank you very much for your company and for the purchases. I shall get good use out of this.
Oh, why, thank you, and thank you for being such a good customer. I think with that I might head out, unless anyone else here would like to purchase some of this cloth.
Is there like any other cloth other than what she's laid out on the carpet thing of sorts?
There are some other cloths on more saddlebags of the draft horse. So she probably brought out one of the finer cloths for the discerning eye of Jace.
I say to her, I have no need for fine cloth in my travels, but I do appreciate comfort, and I have a little friend here who might need a little bit of extra padding. And I was wondering, well, 2 things. Do you have any little scraps of cloth that you might be able to sell me that would be quite nice for my little friend Bindi here to make a nest in my backpack? And also, do you have any little squirrel-sized waistcoats?
Oh my god, that's so cute.
I think green. Definitely green.
I do not have miniature waistcoats. I just deal with the cloth itself. But I certainly have less fashionable, I guess you would say, but more akin to a comfort cloth in my other saddlebags, if you're happy to wait.
Yes, very happy to wait. Thank you.
And yourself, looking towards you, Wabani, do you have any interest before I head over to collect some cloth?
Well, and I hold on to my wooden boar artifact, and I try to channel Doneru's graces in certain as I pass by and inspect the different cloths to see any of them stand out as something that is because in my mind I think that Doneru and Tempests and Storms has like the dark black purplish colors of the skies. So in my mind I'm thinking that would be something that she want me to wear. So I'm just thinking as I hold the holy artifact to see if something like that appeals to her but me kind of thing.
Her but me.
Yeah.
So uncommittal.
Yeah.
Roll a religion check.
Alrighty, here we go. Religion. Doneru. Be kind. 12.
You follow Alexia towards the draft horse where the other cloths are, and have a quick look over. And as she is rummaging around for the cloth that Riki requested, you catch sight of a dark purple, almost black-looking cloth that is got a bit of gold trim running along it, and it's as you're looking at it, you feel the wooden bore warm slightly in your hand, and you don't know whether it's because you've been rubbing it in trepidation or whether it's a sign from Doneru. But it certainly seems that's probably as close as you're going to get.
So what I do then is holding the wooden figurine in my left hand, looking at this fabric, I create sacred flame in my hand. And I hold that radiant light up against the fabric to see if it goes well together.
You actually touching the flame to the
No,
fabric, or just
no.
nearby?
No,
Right,
no,
okay,
nearby,
just double check.
to see if it accentuates well, so that, because I'm in my mind I'm thinking, okay, I'm a healer, and I know people respect healers when I look like and feel dress like a healer. So now if I've got radiant light of Doneru, this is where my mind is taking me as I'm looking at this stuff. Highly doubtful, but trying it out.
So the black and purple cloth just seems to absorb the light, but the gold trimmings glitter with a almost entrancing light.
Sorry, you said your name was Alice?
Alexia.
Alicia.
Yes.
Okay, Alicia. This fabric here is pretty impressive. I definitely got a good sense from this fabric here. And then as I'm doing that, I'm got my hand. One hand is the right hand is kind of holding it. I'm placing the wooden boar or artifact back into its little pouch. And as I put my hand back in my pouch, I realize that, oh shit, I've got next to no coins. Yes, this is amazing. Would be even better if it had like a sigil of Doneru.
Oh, that is the royal collection. That cloth, it's pristine and one of my better work. As to a symbol, I'm sure you can ask a tailor to do that for you. I do not have the time to do it for you. But if you were to purchase it, that would be 2 gold.
Does Jace
cost you
approve
gold?
of the choice?
It's in line with the other fabrics that you have purchased, but the color of the cloth is a bit dark and maybe a little bit dour to you. The gold trimming sort of lifted up a bit.
And I think it's very, very interesting. Very interesting, Alexia. My colleague here, the Dodgy brother, Dodgy sister, are most knowledgeable about this. I myself am more of a religious person. And I kind of wave over Jace. Try to haggle and get me a better price.
Jace, instead of haggling, starts rummaging through the fabric again, and he's looking for something similar to the one where Barney picked out, but a little bolder, a little brighter, a little more fashionable.
Okay, so you find something else with gold trimming that is a bright blue, and you find one that is a bright red with silver trimming. That's about as close as you can get.
There we go. Wabani, see the blue of the sea. This is the one you want. And Jace says to Alexia, I'll be buying this for my friend. How much can we? How much can you? What price can you do me for this?
Oh, well, that one is 1 gold and 5 silver, and the red one was 1 gold.
Okay, Jace hands over 1 gold and 5 silver, and then deposits the cloth in Wabani's arms and says, "Here you go, Wabani."
Jace. Wait, Alexia, please, one moment. I'm telling you, Jace, I got a good sense. The purple one is the one Doneru wants me to have. Can't you haggle?
I just did, I paid.
But that's blue. She's the tempest. She's the storm.
Wabani, is she unfashionable?
Maybe. And I grab my wooden board. I'm just thinking, yes, of course she's fashionable. She's very high fashion. She's a goddess.
There you go, Wabani. See? Well, thank you very much, Alexia. This has been a delight.
As it has been for me. Thank you very much. I will just bring this other cloth that your compatriot was asking for, and she brings over a British racing green coloured cloth that is not as a fine weave as the others that she has shown, but certainly more durable. And when you touch it, Riki, you feel that it'll certainly be warmer than the others and quite comfortable.
That's lovely. So we've got enough of that for a vest and enough to sort of line her little nest in my backpack as well. I'll give her a little bit of a bed. Is that right?
That's perfect, and that will be about 2 silver.
Excellent. I will pay you 2 silver. Thank you very much.
And when Jace is not looking, I go, Alexia, here's the other 5 silver. Give me the dark purple one.
So you're swapping the other one for the dark
blue
purple
for the dark purple. Yeah.
She nods and goes, I understand, and she passes does the swap. Okay. So if you want to put those in your inventory, go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to completely forget.
Okay, Doneru's dark purple.
With gold trim.
Fabric. Okay. If you guys want to carry it inside the wagon, yeah, no problem. How much is the roll or that we bought of this? Like it's a roll, I guess, or something?
So this would be enough for 1 outfit.
Like, is that like a couple pounds? I have no idea.
Yeah, let's say a couple of pounds.
Sure, 2 pounds. So, yeah, okay. If you guys want me to carry your stuff and leave it in a wagon, no problem. Got this empty barrel over here specifically for goods like that to keep it dry.
Thank you.
Okay, so Alexia waves goodbye and starts to head northwards again. The dog dutifully trotting along beside her, with the little tricorder hat bouncing to the left and right.
Should we have told her about what happened in Alvis?
I think we should. I think we should also check out and make sure there's nothing really odd with that dog. I just have a feeling.
Okay, I mean, you know best.
Jace also has a thought. He calls out after Alexia. Oh, Alexia, with this forest, don't touch the funny mud. It'll kill you.
Wait. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so she waves her arm, and then starts. She's about 100 feet away now, and sort of heading north again.
And I'm telling you guys, keep her distracted. Keep her close. I'm gonna do detect magic. Not as a ritual. I'm going to use a spell slot to do it.
Well, she's about 100 feet away, and I think it's within 30 feet, right?
Oh, fuck, she's that far away already.
Yeah.
Oh, Alexa, just hold up a minute. There's some things that you probably need to know about Alvis.
Okay. She goes, is that true? Okay. She sort of turns around and heads back.
And I'll just turn my back to her quickly so that I can cast the spell.
Okay, you don't detect any sort of magic on her. Your friends otherwise do glow. Certainly, Riki's new fine cloak is glowing as well.
What about the dog?
The dog is not glowing. It's just a very well tamed dog.
Oh, that's deeply disappointing.
You were mentioning Alvis?
And I give Riki and Jace a hand gesture, kind of indicating negatory that I don't sense anything. Yes. Yes. Alvis. We were there a few days past, nearly a week ago, and they had all kinds of hodgy-podgy stuff going on.
I see.
And I explained to her about the strange balls of light.
Okay.
Is that where we left our lovelorn friend?
It is, yeah.
How much money would because I quite like our lovelorn friend, and I'm sorry that we couldn't help him anymore. No. Our friend who was portly and liked the woman
Dano,
with the unfortunate surname.
Who was the platonic relationship, Dan.
Yes, I feel a bit sad for him, so I give Alexia money for a nice spiffy new waistcoat for him as well, and say pass it on with our thanks.
Well, I don't actually have the clothes. I will only be able to give you the cloth, but I'm happy to do that if you can give me a description.
Well,
he was a coward, Riki.
It will be a lot of
us.
cloth.
Hell, that son of a bitch is the reason why Alarak is dead.
I think you're projecting your rage a little bit. We need to sit down and have some contemplative space about that. So let's get him. I don't know. I just like the idea of getting him a funny waistcoat, but a nice one. All right. Seller's choice, but I'll give you the money for it.
Okay. She asked for a couple of silver, and she'll happily track down Dan and provide a selection of one of her cloths.
You know the Wendigo family, right?
I do not. Who are this Wendigo family?
Well, they run the town of Alvis, of course.
Oh, do they? Well, I will track them out then.
Well, I just thought perhaps if you knew them, that maybe you knew something a little bit more of them. They were very secretive, and the father, he was killed by these things. And I explained that he was died, and I explained that he was a practitioner of, House Slytherin.
House Slytherin?
Yes,
make a deception check.
I sold a lot of mysterious green cloth in that town in the past, and now I know why.
Make a deception check.
Black velvet was very in vogue.
6.
She looks at. Hang on, I should roll for her too. She is enthralled by your thing and goes, I see. Well, I will definitely give them a wide berth. Slytherin, you say? Oh dear, I've never heard of them.
It was a strange cult, I tell you. Strange. They were into large snakes and other creatures. Well, you know what? We are heroes. We are the heroes of Alvis. We saved their asses.
And if somebody offers you a defense against the dark arts job, you very politely decline.
I see. Thank you so much. Look, I'd best be off. I need to make camp and get to Alvis in the next few days, and I cannot dilly-dally.
I just want to quick, get a feel for her insight checker. Ooh, look at that. 27.
Natural 20. Okay, so you get a good feeling that she's really concerned and worried at the moment. That story that you've spun for her has really got her thinking of her own safety, but she's determined to move on. So you don't notice any sort of deceptive behavior from her either.
Well, I kind of look at Jace and Riki. Not sure if I should say the next thing, looking for their permission to kind of let her go, I guess.
Jace it doesn't have anything to add at the moment.
No, we can let her go. It's a big wide world. She looks like she's travelled through enough of it. Plus she has a dog in a hat.
Jace,
I suspect she has a few tricks up her sleeves.
You should give her I've heard stories about bards giving flourishes. Maybe you should give her a flourish as she goes and sing her a little ditty.
About a dog in a hat.
Yes, you should do that. That would be fantastic.
Jace says, well, she does seem like she's in a hurry to go, but Wabani, I'm always happy to play a song. And Jace starts performing as Alexia departs.
Okay, make a performance check.
Still pretty good.
13. It's adequate. She sort of, you can see that she's bopping to it a little bit as she leaves. and the that's a bit loud. Wow. Yes, and the dog also seems to be enjoying the music, which is nice.
That was
okay.
Jace.
What's the secret about the dog, DM?
like I said, it's a good advertising gimmick.
Should I have tried to pick its pockets?
Why?
I don't know, maybe.
Mage hand.
Who knows what a dog carries in its pockets? I want to know.
You could. You know what you should do, Riki? Your magic missiles. Can you like magic missile and put a hole in its pocket to make whatever's in it fall out? You got that kind of accuracy?
Why don't I just cast Fireball and then we'll find out?
Oh my god.
Well,
no,
you mean...
no, I'm not doing that. No.
Okay. That was kind of far out there.
All right, I think this is probably a good point to have our break. We'll probably be back in about 7 minutes, so we'll see you guys all soon.
Sounds good.
You are listening to ADlibnd. Now let's get back to the adventure. Okay, welcome back after that short break. Unfortunately, Frankie, playing Riki, has had to retire for the night. She is not feeling the best, but she should be okay for next week, so I'll just be running her for the rest of the night. Where we left off, the party was heading towards, continuing south towards the location of Jace's believed nemesis. And they ran across a interesting vendor of fine cloths who had a strange dog, but they managed to get past that without an issue. And so we'll time skip a little bit more, and you reach, you get to the point where you've reached the next town uneventfully. So as you crest a hill, you notice the village of Terrason seems like a somewhat unremarkable place from your vantage point on top of that hill, on the edge of the hamlet. Farmland spreads out in all directions, surrounding the dwellings in vast seas of green, brown, and yellow. The road you're on continues southward beyond the village, winding around small rocky outcroppings and expansive farmland. Another major road heads west, probably eventually connecting up to the coastal towns. Most of the dwellings look to be small, 2 or 3 bed, 3-room wood and slate houses, the smoke of evening mills rolling lazily out of their chimneys. You spot a larger stone building where the western road meets the north-south road, and you suspect that's the only tavern for the village. So it's just the early evening that you've reached this town.
Okay. Shall we head to the tavern?
Terrason. Okay.
Terrason.
Does it look larger than Alvis?
It looks about the same size. It's another pretty small town, maybe a little bit bigger. It's actually more of a village than a town, but anyway.
And at what time of the day are we arriving there at?
Probably about 4 to 5 p.m. The days are starting to get a bit shorter because it's getting closer and closer to winter, and they are getting a bit colder. It's not as bad as the winters to the north in Medanio, but this area might see a little bit of snow when it does reach winter.
Okay. So so when you said between 5 and 6, so that means the sun hasn't set yet, but it looks like it's starting to get low on the horizon.
Correct. Yeah. And keep in mind, this is the first town you've seen in about 7 to 8 days of travel.
And do we see, like, as we're sitting there still looking out over this town, do we see? So you said we spot larger stone buildings, where the western. So does those larger stone buildings kind of look innish?
There is one where the two roads meet, and that you would suspect is the tavern or inn for this village.
Well, Jace, you've been here before. I guess you tell us where we gotta go. But I just want to make sure that it's a good place, that the wagon's going to be safe and whatnot.
Does Jace have any recollections of the safety of the inn?
Make a history check.
Let me guess. He was here flaunting it with some lady, and his memory is only of the lady and nothing else.
She had blue eyes and red hair.
So with a roll of 6, your memory of this place is extremely limited. You don't actually remember anything about this place at all. You might have just travelled right through it, or it could have been just a night stop before heading northwards.
These are forgettable little towns, Wabani. I'm sorry I don't recall much about it, but I'm sure our cart will be just fine if we tip the stable boy well.
Yeah, we'll probably need to tip him. Watch our stuff. Because, those barrels can't carry them into the inn, so yeah, we'll have to pay someone to watch it. So just head towards the buildings that seem to be near the crossroads that look like they're the big ones.
Okay, so you head towards that. So as you travel down the hill towards Terrason, you get there just as the sun is dipping into the horizon, and you can see there's a little bit of movement among the streets with people traveling to and fro. There's an elderly man holding a torch who's climbing down from a ladder, having just lit one of the town lamps, flaming lamps, and is moving on to the next one. As you approach, they look at you with a little bit of wariness. There's not that much in the way of people who travel in carriages that head this way, so you suspect they're a little bit out of their element. Well, at least you are too.
Jace, you're the Gleeman. Shouldn't you be flourishing and stuff so that they accept us?
I'll do my flourishing when we get to the end. What the heck? Jace says. All right, Jace goes into full performing mode, and he starts calling out, "Good townsfolk, 'tis I, Jace Nilo. I've arrived in town from lands far away, and I will be performing this evening if you'll have me.
Some of the people stop and look towards the announcement. Others continue on your way. Are you doing anything to entrance them at this point? Or enthrall them?
Just exerting Jace's natural charisma. A persuade check, perhaps?
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
14.
Okay, so you would see probably about 4 or 5 of the people stop and take interest, and with the rest of them sort of continuing on their way. Can I get both of you guys to make a perception check, please?
10.
Here we go. 8.
Okay, so Jace, you're quite focused on trying to get the people's attention, and Wabani, you're looking towards your newfound cloth and admiring its dark purpleness at that point in time. So you continue on towards the tavern, and when you get to the tavern, you notice that it has a symbol of an anchor with a stein of beer next to it, which seems to indicate the name of the inn, and below it there's the writing Anchor's Rest.
So, as Jace continues his spiel, I move about looking for a stable hand or something like this.
Okay, so it doesn't take you too long, and you find a small little girl, probably about 10, who's sitting down and eating seems to be a nice warm pie. As you approach, she looks up and goes, "Hey, what's up?"
Well met there, little lady. I was hoping that maybe you would be able to tell me what's the rate for taking care of my good horse Avenida here and watching my cart to make sure that what's on it stays on it.
Oh, I have to check with Dad, but I think it's probably about maybe 2 gold for the night.
2 gold? Come now, little one. 2 gold? Are you sure? I would think that a good service like what that is normal would be 5 silvers.
Make a persuasion check.
$12.
Okay, just hold on a second. Just want to check something. Well, listen, she is going to. She goes, "Oh, all right. Well, don't tell Dad, but I'll let you have it for 1 gold."
All right, little one. And I flip her. I will actually give her 10 silver pieces.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay. She.
It's still a gold, but I'm just giving her 10 silver pieces.
Yep. She.
Like, ding, 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 ding.
She looks and goes, "All right, that's a bit odd, but okay." And she takes the reins from you and leads Avenida into the stables.
You take good care of her, little one.
She looks over to you, Jason. Goes, "What, you want me to look after your horse as well?"
Oh. Jace just hands the reins over along with a gold coin and add a look that says, "I know you're robbing me, but I'm prepared to go along with this."
She looks and goes, "Oh, hang on, mate," and she gets the 5 from the 10 silver that was handed to you from Wabani. She hands you 5 silver back. It's only 5 silver for a horse.
Thank you.
He's the entertainment.
Thank you very much, young
He's a
miss.
gleeman.
And Riki does the same. She hands over 5 silver and leads Pinkety to this little girl, and she looks after all 3 horses. So you guys travel up to the inn entrance. So the Anchor's Rest, the village inn, is unusually named for a building situated nowhere near a body of water. The picture of the anchor in its anchor has been painted on the sign that swings slowly above the front door. The walls of this building are made from the same stone that can be found in this area, a dark basalt. Sound can be heard drifting out, and the sound of talking and laughter can also be heard. Actually, yeah, sound from a small band can be heard.
Small band? Oh.
As soon as I walk into the common room, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, taking a cue from Jace's earlier. You have the fine pleasure of meeting the one and only... And then I hear the band, and I'm like, Jace, should I be continuing?
Let's leave it and see what happens. Maybe the band's not going to play for long, but in any event, we'll enjoy the evening. Perhaps have a hot bath if they've got them on offer, and relax without the pressure of performance. Hey.
Well, they're nowhere near as good a player as you.
Thank you for saying that, Wabani.
So as you've entered in, you notice that there is a small local farmers band playing away. There's one with a fiddle, one with a small hand drum, and another one with a lute. They're playing a ditty that they seem to hit most of the notes. Some of them just feel like fingernails scraping down a blackboard to you, Jace. But I assume you keep your chin up and ignore the missed notes.
Indeed.
The tavern seems to be quite full. There's a mixture of farmers and other men and women sitting at the tables. The garb of some of them seem to be a bit more industrial than farming material. And
like
there's a
craftsman?
Possibly craftsman. You can make an intelligence check to get a better understanding. At the inn sort of bar, there's a man working, drawing some beer, and there seems to be two women or young ladies, one a little bit older than the other, running through and serving people at the tables. So with an intelligence roll of 14, they look more to you like where they're wearing mining outfits.
Interesting. Well, Jace, if you want to do some kind of entertaining thing, I'm going to go sit at the bar. That looks like he's got beer on tap, and I really need to learn how. I know I can learn it. I've got this feeling in my bones that I just need a recipe. So I'm going to just go over there and see what I can learn and just kind of relax and have me a pint. If you need me, I'll be right there.
So as you say this, Wabani, Riki goes, "Oh, I feel a bit tired. I might retire for the night." And she looks at Bindi and goes, "Come on, Bindi, let's see if we can find a good room." So she walks up ahead of you, Wabani, and orders a room and disappears upstairs.
Well, that was a surprise. Oh, but okay.
Well, Jace goes up to the bar as well and orders a beer and flirts with the barmaid and looks for anyone who might be able to provide some company, given that Wabani seems like he's going to be in his cups for the night.
So the two barmaids there, one of them is probably about 15. The other one's probably about 19. The 15-year-old sort of giggles and acts a little bit shy when you flash your winning grin, but the older one seems to ignore you.
Let's That's them's the breaks. Jace has a chat to the innkeeper then, and orders a room and a bath, and asks if the band's going to be playing all night, and if there'd be a spot for him later on.
Okay, so if you guys are ordering some beer, that'll be about 1 silver per tankard. So you can mark off how many you want to have. So you're talking to the barman as well, Wabani?
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to the bartender. Yeah.
So the barman introduces himself as Orlo. He says, "Oh, welcome. You seem like a stranger here. How could I help you?"
What makes you think I'm a stranger? I could live just down the road.
You're wearing strange outfit. You're completely bald, and I haven't seen you before. It sort of lines up to being a stranger to me. But I'm not here to judge. Everyone's welcome here.
That's fine. I mean, look here. You look at my arms. I don't have a lick of hair on me. I'm what they call an albino.
Yes.
And you're right. I'm from the north. The northern tribes. You know the northern tribes, those powerful people from up north. I'm one of them.
You talking about the realm of Pedrocisco?
I don't know. Is it? Is that where it is?
Pedrocisco is where you come from Medanio. So the northern tribes are north of that.
Okay. Yes, and that's entirely correct. You know about Pedrocisco, do you?
Oh, I think I've got a cousin up there somewhere.
No shit, really? He's just living up there, doing some work, I'm guessing. Then.
Well, yes. I think he set up a tavern in one of the smaller towns up there. I don't get correspondence from him very often. Probably about a letter once a year. It's a bit cold up there.
Well, indeed. Have you ever heard of the Wild Fury tribe?
Wild Fury tribe? No. Oh, that sounds like barbarians to me. You a barbarian?
I am a healer.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, indeed. And look, and I pull from my backpack my brewer supply kits. I am a healer, but I am I am a scion of Doneru, and I'm here because she's led me to this very inn to learn about how you make your beer.
Oh, praise Doneru, another follower. Well,
Shut up. You follow Doneru.
Most people here do.
No.
She's a wonderful goddess. It's so rare to find someone who follows Doneru.
But you followed Doneru out here? Most people who follow Doneru usually live near the seas.
It's a bit strange, I know, but we've had a long tradition of worshipping her. She's of the air and the water, and she is a thankful goddess, and she brings us rain when we ask.
Yeah. So everybody in this town is connected to Doneru?
Most people worship her, yes.
And at that moment, so I've got the brewer supplies on the counter. I pull out my my wooden boar my wooden boar, and I put it down. And you see this? This here is an expression of Doneru's love for me as being one of her scions. How do you pray to Doneru?
Well, we have a small church to the east of town, and we go to the services every seventh day.
A church?
Yes.
Is that like a temple or something?
It's a place where we gather to praise her wonderful where she helps to provide us guidance and such.
Is that place open now?
Not exactly now, but I'm sure the priest would be there.
And this priest, what is this priest? This priest is a cleric?
Among other things, yes. He offers guidance to the village as a whole.
Well, what's it?
Father Hillman.
Father Hillman.
Yes.
So that's a man.
Hopefully he's a man. He looks like one.
Huh. And I mean, when you worship Doneru, I mean, I guess there must be different practices, I suppose. What is the main practice that you guys do down here? I mean, for me, I've always found, okay, this here is my holy symbol and stuff like this, but I mean, there are certain symbols from my tribe that I think have meaning. Like, for example, and I pull from my backpack like a bone, and it's like a rib bone because it's curved from some kind of an animal, because it's not that big of a rib bone. And I was like, you see, this here, this bone is something that you would give to a lady. Do you guys do that too?
When you pull out the rib bone, he looks and goes, looks a bit surprised. Goes, well, that's just a bone. That's a bit strange. You know, if we were to give a gift to a lady, it would probably be a fine meal or possibly a nice sculpture of a copper sort of a copper headpiece or something like a copper hairpiece.
But look, this is not just a bone. I mean, that's kind of an insult. I mean, yes, it's a bone, but look. And I show him more closely, and you can see that it's very well polished, and that there's little, almost like sandstone carvings carved into the bone itself, intricate carvings. See, it's a most prestigious gift.
Well, I make an insight check.
Okay. Oh, it was a 20. It turned out to be a 2. 9.
Okay, so he goes, well, that's a fine-looking gift, and I think anyone who was being given it would appreciate it, he says, and you seem to sense he's being honest.
Well, you see, the thing is it's, I mean, yes, this is more of a tribe thing, but most of my people they're not followers of Doneru. I found Doneru on my own. Or, no, that's not right. She found me. That's more appropriate. She found me, and then I found her. And so, to me, some of the things of my people, I find that I start taking some of those cultural practices and changing them a bit to become more meaningful, I guess. Anyway, it's beside the point. This Father Hillman, you say, he would be there tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. He'll be definitely there tomorrow. He would probably be able to attend to visitors maybe at about 10 a.m. or so.
Okay. Yes, that's actually very interesting. I would love to meet another practitioner of Doneru who actually is a cleric. That's very fortunate. But in the meantime, as I said, she brought me here. I am her scion, and I have received these brewer supplies as a gift. And so I am sure I'm here at this moment because I see that you have beer on tap. I must be here to learn how to make your beer.
Well, I could possibly give you some pointers. I'm a little bit busy at the moment, and he sort of steps away and hands a beer to a gruff-looking gentleman wearing the miner's garb, and he grunts and throws over a silver to him and walks off. Maybe at about I don't know, about 9 a.m. I could possibly give you some hints and tips.
I mean, I'm a good listener. I'll listen to what you have to tell me, and maybe I can do a little bit of practicing. And I show him the grains that were given to us as a gift from Elandra.
Oh well, that's some nice hop there. But honestly, I really don't have the time at the moment. If you're interested in a beer, I'm happy to pass it over. But I really must be looking after the other tavern people here.
Mm.
And you look around, you see there's some people sort of hanging around waiting at the moment.
I'm here. I'm the customer. Hold on. Be patient. All right. Olo, I see. I will step off, and I take my 2 beers. I was like, is Jace still there?
Jace is waiting patiently in the queue behind you. And he's sort of sharing looks with the other patrons. And so
I come right up to Jace. I'm like, Jace, these people, they all follow Doneru.
I heard. That's very exciting. Jace decides he's getting 2 beers right now because he doesn't know how long he's going to have to wait for the next time he lines up. And he orders a room as well.
Okay, so room is 1 gold, beers are 1 silver.
Okay. And is the band going to be playing all night?
I think the band will be taking a break in about the next 20 minutes. They're quite good though, aren't they?
Oh, indeed. I've really enjoyed the tunes they've been putting on. Would you be interested in another performer while they're having their break?
Oh, do you play?
Jace brings out his lute, which he's got over his shoulder, and plays a few chords.
Well, bless Doneru, that's wonderful luck. I could offer you a space, and if the residents like it, they might give you some change.
Well, thank you indeed. You let me know when it's time to go on. In the meantime, I'll find myself a table.
Okay. So you guys find a table. It's a bit hard, but you do find one eventually. And in about half an hour, the band stops and moves off to a table especially assigned to them. They drink and eat some food, and looks like they're having dinner at the moment.
So I'll sit with some miners, and I'll be asking them about Doneru, and I don't know, maybe I'll throw in a bit of what was his name? Camels Are Us, and Talizin or whatever, talking about the other gods, just to get a feel where the people's loyalties lie.
Okay. So as you talk with some of the other patrons, they respect the other gods. Like, just hold on a second. I have to bring them up myself. I haven't looked at them for a long time. But they definitely are followers of Doneru as well. In general.
And so I'll ask them about what they're mining and why there's so many miners.
Okay, so yeah, they Camulus and Wellen are the main religions within the Tall Sovereign. So they respect Wellen and Camulus, but they certainly have been brought up to the teachings of Doneru. So that's the god that they support and worship. As to what they're mining copper. That is sent to be refined elsewhere.
And I check to see if they're happy and stuff.
Yeah, in general, they seem to be happy. Make an insight check.
Okay, I will roll at 21.
Okay, you don't sense anyone who's trying to hold back from whether they're unhappy or anything. Most of them are happy, although normal issues that would happen in a village where some people are maybe being bullied or stuff like that. You get that sort of feeling, nothing unusual. And you were going to go play a little ditty, Jace?
Indeed.
Oh, it's almost another one. So close to another one. Okay. So Jace stands up and you check your loot for any loose or almost broken strings. And before you play, you notice another string that is just about to break. And you go, oh, wow, that was so close. And you adjust that and make sure it's in good working order, and then start playing a wonderful rendition of... what kind of song are you going for? Is it a village-style song, a nice bawdy tune, a sailor's song? What are you looking for here?
So Jace wants to take his cue a little bit from what the previous band performed, but then sort of turn it up a notch, something a little bit more ambitious and a little bit livelier. But still, your village fare, nothing pretentious.
Okay. Make an insight check. Just to try to get a feel for the room.
It's a 6.
Okay. All right. So you start off with something that is along the similar lines to what was being played by the group, and it's just a simple... a simple tune about a lost love and stuff like that, and the audience appreciates your performance, but they don't seem to get into it. You move, and then you decide, I'll move on to something else, and you pick up a rowdy sailor's song, and the audience gets into it. They slap their thighs and they thump their tankards onto the table and stuff like that, and you get a bit more of a positive reception from that second song, and then some coins are thrown onto the stage, so you collect about 8 copper and 1 silver.
Okay.
How does that song go again, Jace?
I'm not singing for you.
Don't choose a bard.
Oh dear. Jace gathers up the coins, and he puts on the tray of one of the passing barmaids, and then lingers a little bit, just chats to the townsfolk before heading up to his room.
Sorry, what did you say? You leered a bit?
Lingered.
Okay. Can I get you guys to make a perception check with a disadvantage, please, both of you?
Disadvantage?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the room.
9.
19.
Okay, so you're having a nice discussion, Jace, with most of the people that is willing to give you the time. But Wabani, you notice one of the patrons seems a little off to you. They're not really engaging with anyone nearby, and you catch small glimpses of them looking towards you. But and then if they notice that you're looking towards them, they look away or drink their beer.
And because I am curious to no end, and I can't let sleeping dogs lie, I go and I will go back to Olo. Hey, Olo, I need... what do you got that, something stronger that you tends to get people to open up a bit?
Oh, well, we've got this deep water deepwater rum that always hits the spot.
Right, I'll take one of those.
Right. Well, that'll be 7 silver, thanks.
Oh, if you said gold, I was not going to take one of those. All right, here you go.
That was a miss spell. Oh.
Yep. Here you go, 7 silver. And
excellent.
I'll give him the little 2-finger salute, and then I will head over to this patron. Is it human, male, female?
So he is what is he? He's a human male, about 30 years old. He's very good looking, lush blonde hair worn down to his shoulders in a ponytail, strong angular features and clean shaven. He seems quite tall too.
I'll come over with the nice glass of deep water rum, and I will sit down beside him, and I'll be like, I'll look at him, and I'll just push the glass across to in front of him, and I'll still have the beer in my hand, and I'll try to keep his eyes, and then once I know that I've got his eyes, I will give a deep nod, and I'll be like, "May Doneru bless you."
He takes the proffered glass and slams it down quickly and goes, "As to you, my brother, how can I help you?"
I just thought you looked like you could use some company.
Oh, I'm okay. You look new in town. How is it? How is it that the blessings of Doneru brought you here?
Well, you may call me Wobani, and I'm a solution architect, and I go where Wobani leads. Freudian slip. I go where Doneru leads.
I see. Well, that is most intriguing.
Might I have your name?
My name? My name is Carlos.
Ah, Carlitos. Ah, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, and I hope Doneru is finding you well, Wobani.
Oh, she tells me little bits of this, little bits of that, and then as I say little bits of that, I kind of like with the beer in one hand, I'll have my arm, my elbow resting on the table with my index finger and the middle finger crossed, and then I'll produce a little bit of sacred flame out of them.
Okay. What are you trying to do? Trying to impress the person, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. As you do this, he seems to look at you and doesn't seem to batter an eyelid.
Well, anyways, Carlitos, as you can see, the Lady Doneru, you might have noticed there that I was trying to give you a glimpse into how she interacts with me. You notice that maybe you are familiar with Doneru's blessings, and maybe the blessings of plenty of other followers of the gods. And you might have noticed that there was a tinge to the radiant fires of my particular blessing, and you've probably seen that they were purple. Indeed, the colors of Doneru.
Don't worry, I am quite familiar with the blessings of Doneru. Yes.
You say that as if you're angry.
Oh, not angry. Just intrigued.
Oh, is everything okay? What is intriguing? Us?
Well,
me being a stranger?
Well, it is strange seeing someone who follows Doneru in this day and age. She has been on the wane.
Oh, I wouldn't actually know about that. Doneru found me, and I've been following her ever since. I've never actually thought much on the beliefs of other people's. But look, I look at you in your how you look here. Hold on a second here, and I wave over to Jace to kind of come and join us.
Jace, sorry, I was struggling with the push to talk. Jace comes over and at Wabani Singles says, "Ho, Wabani, you've made a friend."
And look, Jace, how handsome this fellow looks. I think his hair probably looks a tad better than your own. I just thought that was an interesting thing. This is my friend. His name is Jace.
Well met, Jace, and may the light of Doneru guide your way.
Well met. What was your name?
Carlos.
Carlos. Well, it is good to meet your acquaintance. And are you local here?
I walk about and venture in lots of places, but I probably wouldn't call myself a local here, no.
Well, where have you where have you been most recently?
Most recently, I have come from the coast, from the west, and I was looking for interesting prospects.
From the west, you say? The coast?
Yes.
I don't suppose. I'm being a bit forward. What might you know of? I had a friend. He was a very good friend of mine. We were friends for many years, but well, circumstances were not the greatest, and now I seek his fiancée. If you are a traveled individual and you've been to the coast, I'm looking for a tribe of half-orcs, but they aren't like the other half-orcs that one might see. His isn't a different type of half-orc, I guess. He was half-orc, of course, plus half-tiefling. I don't suppose you've come across such people.
Half-orc and half-tiefling. Well, that is an interesting mix. I do not see many of those around.
That's too bad. So what might bring you here then?
Oh, this and that. The blessings of Doneru. Shine the light on interesting darkness.
Really? You mean like the undead?
No, not the undead.
What kind of darkness?
Oh, let's just say that I need to bring the light of Doneru to things that need to be restored to their former glory.
You're like me? You're a scion?
Oh, you could say that, of a sort.
And you're bringing about her teachings?
No. I try to bring the light of Doneru in other and possibly less obvious ways.
You can make her sacred light?
He just looks at you and shakes his head after a long moment.
Oh. So what do you mean? In what way do you bring her light?
Maybe I can show you at some point in the future, but I think I might retire for the evening. But one thing I might share with you. Your friend, this Alarak that you seek, if he is what you have told me, he's a cross between a half-orc and a tiefling, you might have better luck finding him on the islands of Nodania.
Islands of Modania? Like Modania being like the same as the city Modanio?
No, it's a group of islands, No Danya, to the west of the Tor Sovereign.
Oh, okay. You've never been there, but you've heard.
Oh, I've traveled far and wide.
Spreading Doneru's word.
As much as I can.
What made you do that? I know you said you need to sleep, but I mean you've made me very curious.
Well, maybe you'll find out later. And with that, he pushes his chair back and starts to stand, and throws a couple of coins onto the table to help with cleaning up his food. And it's good to meet you, Wabani and Jace. Maybe we'll meet each other again later.
Well, okay. And I say in Celestial, dulces sueños.
And he stops for a second and then continues to walk.
I want to insight check to see if he actually understood.
Make an insight check.
Ooh, 24.
1 moment.
Jace, dulces sueños means sweet dreams.
Oh, well, Barney, I had no idea that your proclivities ran this way. It's you've certainly chosen well. He's a very handsome man, and if you'd like me to,
wait, what? Wait, sorry, what? You're saying
you buy a man a drink, you compliment his hair. I mean, you wish him sweet dreams. I mean, look, Wabani, it explains a lot. You know, your the fact that you've haven't been with a woman while I've known you. I'm happy for you, Wabani.
I since my rib bone is still close by because I pulled it out earlier. I was like, and I pulled it out and I'm like, Jace, when I find the woman, she will get this, and then she will know. That's how we do it.
Oh, okay. Well, you may have given Carlos the wrong idea.
Are you sure?
Well, I don't know.
Huh. Maybe. I didn't think, I just thought because you had this particular thing with your hair and he seemed to have something with his hair. Yeah, social graces, I guess. Damn it. This is supposed to be where you come in. You get full membership and I'm your wingman? Aren't you supposed to be my wingman?
Oh.
You didn't do any flapping.
I'm confused. Do you want me to be your wingman with Carlos, or are you not interested in Carlos? Tell me how I can help you here.
I have no idea what the hell. No, I'm not romantically interested. If I was, I would have given him the bone. I didn't give him the bone.
Okay.
So many things wrong. So many things wrong with that statement.
I don't know what this voice keeps talking about. Anyways, shoot. I gotta meet Olo in the morning to learn to do some beer brewing. And then it'd be neat to talk to Father Hillman before we leave. Just to see. That guy, he was just strange. I don't know. I mean, he seemed to know something about Alarek's people. At least, we got a destination. So, have you heard of those islands, Jace?
Make a history check, Jace, unless you want to say you don't know.
9.
You haven't heard of them.
Do you think that they are like west of here, or do we need to still go south towards where your your not Cordwin's brother. What you didn't say he was your brother or not? Your enemy.
Fantia Brown. He is to the south, and he does seem to be spending a lot of money to try to kill me. I do feel that there is a certain sense of urgency about it.
But there's a conflict now because I want to help you, but Jace died. Or Alarak died. And his fiancée. Do we go west or do we go south?
We're planning. I feel we need to go south, and I'm not convinced Alarak actually had a fiancée. I feel like if he did, he would have been with her.
He talked about what you don't understand, Jace, was Alarak and I. We didn't become friends. We became friends by accident. One day, many years ago, I was returning to my good friend. I knew this human. His name was Winter Estergrew, and he was a grave digger. And I was returning to his home. And on the way home, as I was heading out of the town, there was this cave that the kids used to play in. And while I was passing by that, there was this strange bit of lights. And when I arrived there was Jace, or there was Alarak laying down unconscious. And so I brought him to Winter's house and brought him back, and I healed him, and we became friends ever since. So he told me he has a fiancée. He wouldn't lie about that.
He did lie to me a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, you deserved lies at the beginning.
Poor Jace.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe if you and Riki want, we can visit the Father Hillman tomorrow, and maybe we can get some advice.
On which way to go?
I mean, I know you're set on going south.
Well, Bunny, he's trying to kill me. There's a man trying to kill me.
But Alarak is dead.
And beyond our help.
But what about his fiancée? Maybe she needs to know, so I don't know how long-lived his people are. Maybe they live for hundreds of years, and maybe 3-4 years was just like a drop in a pond. I don't know. Maybe it's best just to sleep on it and discuss it in the morning.
Okay, then. Well, good night, Wabani.
What do you mean? I'm going up to the room with you.
I've got my room, Wabani.
I thought we were sharing a room.
You can have the floor.
Oh, I mean, we haven't signed the papers yet. You're not full until we sign the papers, so you can't put me on the damn floor. I'm the boss.
Wabani, the boss can pay for his own room.
Well, maybe tonight I can pay for my own room. But, I'm really strapped for cash now.
Jace gives Wabani a look.
I just watch. I leave Jace and let him watch as he walks up, and then I head to the stables where the wagon is, and I'm gonna sleep in the wagon.
Okay, so that's your plan for tonight?
That's my plan.
All right. So you're heading up to your room, Jace?
That's right.
Okay. So Wabani, you head into the wagon and find. I'm assuming there's a way that it can fold out to a bed or something like that.
No, just put the bedroll in the back of the wagon between the barrels.
Oh, okay. So as you're setting yourself up, you see Orlo coming out with that stable hand girl beforehand, and he goes,
I hide.
Oi, what you doing in here?
I'm hiding. If I seen them coming, I was going to hide.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. That's a 17.
So you find a piece of cloth that or a tarp that you managed to hide under, and make it look as flat as possible. But as you're doing that, the tarp is pulled back, and you see the angry face of Orlo looking down at you and says, "Oi, what you doing in there? You gonna get a room?"
Then I need to stay with my wagon here.
Look, we can secure the wagon. Nothing's gonna happen to your wagon. If you're staying here, you stay in one of the rooms upstairs.
You see this barrel here with this red mark on it? I really shouldn't leave that alone.
I can get one of my friends to cart it up to the room for you.
You would cart my barrel up to the room?
Yep. It'll just cost you 1 silver.
Oh. Why can't I just sleep out here? It would be so much easier.
You're going to frighten the other horses.
I sleep like a mouse.
You either move and have a room upstairs, otherwise I'll have to ask you to leave.
You would ask me to leave, Olo, after we were going to... we're both people of Doneru? That wouldn't be very charitable.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
18. How about that? Dropped an 11.
Disadvantaged. Advantage.
Oh, I thought you said... I did advantage. You wanted me to do it with disadvantage.
That's what I said initially. Disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said advantage.
So it's 11.
Yeah, okay, sure.
He looks and goes, "Look, it's not. It's quite rude to be staying in the stable, as opposed to taking a room for the night. If you are insisting on doing this, then I have no interest in showing you the secrets to brewing ale." And with that, he sort of turns around and walks off.
I will take the room and please bring the barrel. So I give him the gold and the silver.
Okay. So he picks it up himself and carries it upstairs.
He could carry that entire barrel. The thing would be super freaking heavy.
Have you seen his arms?
No.
They're huge. He's been a miner all his life.
Oh, he was a miner. Now he's a bartender. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's impressive, Olo. Good for you.
You'll be thankful that I didn't use them to throw you out of this building.
Hmm.
All right.
Perhaps.
So you retire for the night. Can I get you, Wabani, to move into the other channel, please?
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Okay, you there?
Yep.
Okay, so you bed down for the night, and probably about 2 or 3 in the morning, you wake up because you get this uncanny feeling that someone is watching you. As you look around your dark room, you catch a silhouette of a humanoid standing at the far end of the room.
And then, because I've just woken up, my voice is really, really gruff, and I'll be like, Doneru?
Almost, you hear, and it's a familiar sound. And you realize that you're speaking to Carlos.
Oh, fudge. Carlitos. Is that you, Carlitos?
It is Carlos.
Ooh.
I thought I might be able to speak to you if that's possible.
Okay. Sure. Shoot. What? I kind of pull the blankets up. What's up?
Well, I didn't want to mention it in front of one of your colleagues and down in the public bar, but you might be able to help me with something and bring the light of Doneru to a dark and disused place.
Go on.
You see, I've been around and about and have led a long life. This image you see before me or before you is something that is a bit of a false impression. I have been around a long time, and as part of that, I am trying to look into getting into Doneru's good graces again.
So you're not in her good graces? And you know her like amigos?
We used to be pretty close, but an unfortunate incident of me losing one of her precious golden hammer of the called the Crushing Wave has led me to some unfortunate circumstances.
And I say in Celestial, you lost one of Doneru's weapons? She gave it to you?
It was a weapon I was allowed to use, but unfortunately I lost it at a point that it was a long time ago, and I was hoping to fight the good fight, and was knocked out. Next I knew, I'd lost the Crushing Wave, and with it, she threw me aside, as it were.
Was he answering in Celestial?
Yes.
So I continue in Celestial, because this kind of gives me a better sense. She lent you her hammer, and you fell unconscious, and so you fell out of her graces. Who the fuck are you?
Let's just say I have fallen from great heights, and we'll leave it at that.
And you want me to do what?
Well, this place, this terracin, is located on top of an underground river. This terrain, a long time ago, used to be much different, and there was a sea that spread out all the way to this town. It used to be on the edge of the sea, and a great upheaval happened and landlocked this location. And you probably have noticed that these people worship Doneru, but it's a bit of a strange reason why, since there's no large body of water here. Well, there used to be a great city underneath here that I plan to find out and restore the grace of Doneru to the major temple there.
The major temple in this lost city that's underneath this village.
You're getting the gist of it, yes.
And you still have this hammer called the Crushing Wave?
Oh no, I lost that a long time ago.
Oh, okay. So what do you want me to do?
I probably need your help. You seem to be favored by her. I can sense it. You even seem to hold a for want of a better term, a part of her essence, it seems.
Yeah, well, I'm albino, I got the purple eyes and whatnot. Just it happens.
I was thinking that anyone who's that close to Doneru would be able to help me restore her to her original glory.
Well, I mean, I think that she's wonderful. So, I mean, more people know how great she is. That's a good thing.
Well, look around you. Have you seen her being worshipped in this land now?
No,
and I'll just
strange.
add that in. Yeah, the only time you've seen people worshipping is in this town.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen anybody who's even reacted. On my friends, they react, but I think they just do that just to satiate me. But yeah, I mean, so you need me to help restore because we're buddies, me and Doneru. So how?
Well, if you are able to accompany me, we will travel into the mines nearby, and I think that should give us access to the river. And if we just need to follow that river, then we should be able to reach the ruins of that once fabled and magnificent city.
I see. I'm insight check him.
Go for it.
Fudge, that was a 20 and it turned into a 2, so 9.
He's hard to gauge. He feels naturally charismatic, and anything he seems is almost supernaturally seems to be right and good.
I think that this sounds very important, and I would like to do this, but to do this, and I cannot leave my companions. It's very important that we are the Dodgy Brother solution architects and sister. They must come. So in order for me to engage them or make sure that they understand and believe, I need to do something to persuade them. Is there something you can do? And I pull out my the wooden boar artifact. I mean, you lost her grace or your closness to her. Is there something you can do with my holy symbol to? You know what? Look, I think this might work. You see here, and I pull my robe aside, revealing the glitter tattoo with the wave of Doneru on it. You see that? Can you? I mean, you seem to be someone who's connected with something. Maybe if there was some kind of sigil of Doneru on something meaningful to my companions, that would be what we would need to convince them that this quest is by holy divinity.
I would have a difficult time convincing them, but I'm sure you're close enough to do it yourself.
Bugger that. I mean, Jace has this freaking brush. I'm sure if you put like a brand of her sigil on that damn brush, could you do that?
I will see what I can do.
Ooh.
Are you saying you want to have the wave of Doneru on his brush?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can do it.
I think if you did it on his brush, that would be the ticket. He's the one who has doubt, and I mean the reality is, I'm on a mission for him. He's got a criminal to the south that is trying to kill him and his family. So that was our mission. So to diverge from that mission, that would be a good thing.
Excellent.
I will pray to Doneru as well to aid your hand in this.
I think that is a wise choice, but I'll leave that to you to do.
Yes.
I will leave you to your divine grace. And he sort of steps away into the shadows and fades from view. You don't hear the door open or close.
Misty step shit, I betcha.
All right. We'll just switch over to the common channel again.
On Jace.
Gosh, clearly a lot is going on.
All right. I think this is a good point to cut it off for tonight. So thanks, everyone. Let's see. Yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you had a good time. Remember, you can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, and Discord. See details in the descriptions below. If you want to vote, come join us on the Philippi Discord server. Next voting will close in about a week's time, so make sure you get your votes in. And hopefully we'll go on from there. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode.
Till next week.